Peace and blessings, family. It's Dark Divine Secrecy, level 7 principles. I'm sitting in my RV right now. I went camping out on my land that's remote recently into a solitude and cleansing. And I do that often, and I encourage that. And check out the video I did. STFU, shut the fuck up, is the secret to ascension. Because we can't even fully understand what ascension is until we go back to the darkness and the quiet. And most of the time, we're just so busy listening to the sound of our own voice that we can't hear anything else. We can't hear source. We can't hear the gods. We can't speak to the deities, the elements. I'm gonna just throw that out there real quick. The elements are the deities that you're looking for. The elements are the deities. Hydrogen is your Adam from your biblical story. Helium is your Eve. And the two of them has merged and created everything on the plane that you're on. On this vibration, the physical, the carnal vibration, the frequency, which created tone, which created you, meaning flesh, which goes into kind of what I want to talk about. I'm going to do this in depth later, but I just want to get some of this out. What are you? What are we? And I hear people say a lot of different things. We are spiritual beings. We're soul. We're etheric beings. And like my master teacher taught that, about that we are ethereal beings. And okay, it's so much bigger than that and simpler than that. We are what the source is. When you look at me and I look at you, we are looking at pure consciousness. That's what you are. You're all of those other things. If me as a spirited being, just mean the electrical me as a physical being first. I'm outside of my physical, controlling it, inside of it, as a soul. The soul of me carries the spirit, hence I am electrical. And what carries the soul? What is the soul? The soul is the ship. The soul is a ship, as in your car, as in a spaceship, that your consciousness reside in and travels to different planes of existence, experience different planes of existence. Okay, I realized from some of the comments I get back from Ascension, sometimes you just kind of assume people know what you're talking about. We talk about ascension. What is ascension? It's mental. It's going to a higher conscious level. Period. No matter where you are, no matter what plane you're on, no matter what journey that you're having, the ascension is about going to another conscious level. So, okay, what are we? We are consciousness. Why are we here? Why, me as a conscious being, why in my soul, or me in being in the soul, because I'm a conscious being in that soul, why am I in that ship that manifests in the physical as Dark Divine Secrecy? Why am I here? What am I here to do? What are we here to do? Is everybody's job different? Some people have this to do and some people have that to do, or am I supposed to be a millionaire and you supposed to be a hobo? And what is our job here? Why are we here? Anybody truly asks that? And when we do, we have to go to the winged dyers and the gurus and the Siddharthas and the Buddhas, because they've gone so deep within that we trust them with these answers. See, this is why it's imperative to connect back to nature and become more natural. and eat the womb. All of that is not necessarily a part of the ascension. That's just preparing you so you can ascend. That's the beginning. What do you do after you eat a bowl of fruit a day? What do you do after you sit with the tree forever? What do you do after you jump in the river? Then what? Then you connect. You have to connect back. Connect back to what? And where is it? We have to connect back to source. And where is source? Source is right here. Where everybody trying to go? Where are you trying to go? See, what we're being told a lot is what we can become. Become God. Black woman, become God. Black woman's the manifestation of source. I'll say that all the time. Check out my videos. She's the manifestation of source and become God. Become ascended. No, see, to become something means you're not that. You don't become God. You be God. Just be God. Do the things that God does. Do the things that a pure consciousness does. Because source is pure consciousness. And if you are God, black woman, then you are part of that pure consciousness. And all of us has to go back to that pure consciousness. So why are we here? Why me as a conscious being, why am I riding this planet called Eridu, Ki, Gaia, Earth, Tiamat, and all the many ancient names he has? Why are we here? We are here to collect information and share it, or outformation to inform ourselves with and then share it. Simply to do that. Look around you. Look at nature. When you connect to nature, this is what nature shows you. If you eat the wombs, this is what it shows you. This is the information it brings. I'm here as a consciousness on this experience to collect information and give it to you for what? For conscious ascension. This whole thing we in is what I call a university. But they fashion it after that and you guys don't even see it. The universe is the first university. It's the first school for you. Obviously, the Milky Way, this galaxy, and all the galaxies that's in this particular universe, they are just universities. It's a university. So like in a university, why do people come back to the planet? So I've been here before. I remember my many lives. And this is my last time here. Because what happened when you go to a university and you don't complete the assignment? You fail. And you repeat the grade. It's the same thing in a university called the universe. You failed. So you have to come back and complete the grade until you fucking get it. To add to the source. That's the ascension. The ascension is not a thing to do. It's you constantly ascend. In a university, you constantly pass grades. It's not a one-time thing to ascend. You just have to ascend right now so that you can ascend again and again and again until like people talk about we're immortals. Why the fuck they do that at? This flesh being is not an immortal, because if I wasn't immortal, then I'd be fucked when the earth go back into her 7th chakra and become a sun and burn the fuck up. It just messed up my whole plan. Because these planets, the sun itself is a solar plexus chakra in a whole nother system. And each, like Pluto right now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one. Pluto is on fire. It has ascended. And then it's gonna burn up and then come out into another energy somewhere else. That's the same thing happening to us. We have to ascend. Catch fire. You'll know it because that solar plexus will begin to burn. I know it because mine is burning. Mine catch fire, and I'm able to transfer the fire to other beings. Catch fire. So the ascension is just what we have to do now. What we have to do in this experience to get to the next experience. Everybody trying to go somewhere. Okay, do you realize Earth is sitting in space? Or would you realize it if you were sitting on the moon looking at the Earth? Because when you sit on the Earth and look at the moon, you say the moon is in space. When you sit on Earth and look at the sun, you say the sun is in space. Now, what if you were sitting on the fucking sun? Where's Earth? You see? When you sit on the moon, where's Earth? All of us in space. We are in this universe. You already there. Don't become nothing. Be. Don't become ascended. Be ascended. Don't become God. Be God already in heaven. Because heaven is already right here. We're not going anywhere. You'll just shed the flesh and fail again and have to repeat the process. Because right now, Earth has been through so much. Which is not even a Earth yet, because it's an underdeveloped planet. Earth is a mass of rock and dirt. And this is still 3/4 water. Mars is the Earth. It's a mass of rock and dirt. So this is 3/4 water. She's underdeveloped. But so much is happening on this underdeveloped planet. Like, we're killing the planet. We're killing the planet. Or we're attempting to anyway. So this fifth dimension that everybody, this fifth consciousness, where that's coming from? Because the Earth is in her indigo chakra. She is ascending. She has ascended to another level. So everybody down here is just going with her. That's why we're in the fifth dimension. But it's individuals. See, that's that religious shit. That's us coming up in Christianity and them teaching us that we have to get to heaven. That heaven was somewhere else. And they had the Muslims come and try to explain that, you know what I mean? And say like, nah, heaven is here, hell is here. So I'm gonna try to do this and simplify it for you guys. With the whole example I just gave you of if you were sitting on the moon, we're all right here. You're already there. There's nowhere to go. Whatever you are that everywhere. Whatever you are that everywhere. My father just transitioned. Where'd he go? Right here. That's why you pray to your ancestors and they respond to you, because everything is right here. You're already in the universe. You don't have to get to the universe. If you're talking about getting to heaven, you're talking about other planets and shit. If you're talking about going to some place, a place with a being sitting on a throne, that means it has an ass. And if it's sitting on the throne and it has an ass, that means it's eating, it's pooping. They're tripping. Wherever you go, it's going to be right here because you're in the universe. So in this university, you are not graduating. So you're failing Earth. That's called Earth 5th grade. You fail, so you have to do it again. I guess she skipped the grade because she went from 3rd dimension to her 5th. I don't know how that worked. But, so you're in 5th grade right now. And if you don't ascend while you're here, then your soul, your consciousness sitting in the soul that's going about these different places is not going to be able to go off to its next journey. You hear about the multiverses. Why we can't get to them? Because we're not graduating. How do you graduate? You get your masters. You master the self. You master the self by becoming enlightened and release yourself from your desires. You master the self. And once you master the self and release yourself from your desires and do what is righteous to you and source, then you ascend. What? Your consciousness. So again, everything down here is in that same process. It's about receiving affirmation informing the self with it, and then sharing it so something else can ascend. The trees are on the same journey you're on. The trees receive information from light, from sun. The plants, photosynthesis, everything eat, it processes things a certain way to give it to you. The difference in them and us is they don't have free will, and they're doing their jobs perfectly. But there's free will that we have. We step out of ascension. We step out of being human. We become more or other than being a human being. And to be a human being, meaning you have to have the carnal experience. You have to pass the carnal, the physical experience. And they'll say, well, you know how sex is bad? And no, that's part of the experience. Even sex is an exchange. The two of you are exchanging information. You are exchanging DNA. DNA is a genetic code to another being. You exchange. That's why people start to look like each other. You exchange DNA. You reach certain heights. If you're in righteousness doing it, and you reach certain heights or certain levels of consciousness and vibration, frequency, and sound, you reach certain levels, and it all goes back to source. We are here to complement source. Why? Because that's what she wants. Because she can. We're here to collect information for ourselves and then another being. That's why, look, the body does what? They say from the day that you're born, you begin to die. No, it's a goddamn lie. Because if the day that you was born and you begin to die, you start going backwards to osteoporosis and Alzheimer's. No, you grow up and develop. Stop listening to everybody say and just look for yourself. You're not dying the day that you're born because you're growing up. You're flourishing, your flower, your petals are coming out. That's like saying from the day a tree comes up, it's starting to die. No, it's not. It grows, it flourishes, then it develops its buds, and then the flower, then blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? It becomes the tree. And then once the tree reach a max, then it starts to decline because the spirit of the tree has a limited time here on this level to get the job done, to collect information for self and share information to others. So just like us, we grow up, we collect information, and then they say you go over the hill because then you're not growing up no more, you start the decline. I mean, you can eat right and do what you got to do, whatever, to prolong the process. You know, some motherfuckers are flying downhill and some are getting old gracefully. But you're gonna get old. The body is gonna eventually, if you do everything right, you eventually just leave the body. The body has collected, you have collected enough information. Your time is up. And not necessarily you say you collected enough information. You have your time allotted to collect the information. The body can only last us for so long because that's just this journey. It's just journey Earth. It's mission Earth. Everywhere we go, the different planes that we're going and that we go to and gonna go to is the mission wherever. Right now, we are all on mission Earth thinking we're not in the universe. Or not truly understanding that we are part of the all. We're in the all right here. It's nowhere to go. When you leave as a soul being, you're going to go into another plane. You're going to go, it's a matrix. It's like, you talk about dimensions and level. It's just, this level's piled up. Like right here, at this density, you can see me, but on a whole nother plane of existence is air right here. On a whole nother plane of existence between me and air may be a spirit, what they call a ghost. That's different levels of existence, your dimensions that you talk about, but it's not away from here. So you feel trapped. Why do we feel trapped? And Earth is a concentration camp because the galactical beings told me so. But why do we feel trapped? We feel trapped because we have what you call spheres. The hemisphere, stratosphere, all of that going around. the ionosphere, the ozone layer, all of that. So you feel trapped in your being. You feel trapped because you are here in this ship called the flesh, doing what you have to do, riding this planet and being held to it by gravity. That gravitational pull. So how do we get away from these spheres to make us feel back connected to the universe? You have to become enlightened. You have to remove yourself from your desires, one. You have to go within. Why within? Because within is without. It's all the same shit. When with your eyes open, you look around and you see the illusions around you. So these illusions, just being that, make you feel confined and stuck. So close your eyes. That's why they say the way out is in. Close your eyes to where and clear that space. Meditate. What does meditation mean? Just to concentrate on. Concentrate on goddamn darkness. Nothing else. Just concentrate on the darkness and remove everything. So that's why you sit inside, but then you have to get through the spheres inside that's called fears. You have all these fears inside to get to that core of yourself, the fears. Fear the dark. Fear what I'm gonna face. Fear facing myself. Fear. So on the outside of your spheres, inside of you have fears. Penetrate the fears and get to the core of self. Check out the video, Shut the Fuck Up, STFU is the secret to ascension. So you can see how in the instructions to go back to the darkness, to get over that bridge of the nothingness, to get back to the dark light called source. That you have to get over that threshold where the darkness seemed like a bad place. No, that's just a low vibrational place in the darkness. Like we're in a low vibrational place in light until we enlighten ourselves. Enlighten the self. So go within, close your eyes and remove all of this shit and become one with yourself, become one with the darkness, which means you're becoming back into your conscious self and connecting with the source, the ultimate consciousness. And then once you come to that bling, you can open your eyes and see that all of these contraptions, all of these entrapments, all of this gravity, this illusions are not even really here because you've been there, which is here. We are here in the place that we're trying to get to. You're already there. But your programs is small. Again, like I said, heaven is up there. But it's always told to you by whom? These ascended masters. They were ascended right here. They got their master's degree and they getting out of here. They're going to the next level because they graduated this university. They graduated Earth. They don't have to come back, and they became ascended ones. And they try to teach you how to become an ascended one. But you got this tricky shit going on today, though. All these beings coming around calling themselves masters are not aiding you in ascension. They just telling you what to do and giving you instructions, how you should live, what you should be, mostly what you should be. Now, why don't you tell me what the fuck you did to become ascended so I could just become ascended and bypass all that other shit, and then you could just sit and talk about some ascended shit we done seen together. Excuse my language, y'all. Let's talk about some ascended stuff that we done seen together. No, but you do that because you want me to become indoctrinated. You want a disciple. You want me to follow you. Why don't we follow source together? So I hope this is making sense to you guys. So I hope this is making sense to you guys. So whatever you are, you already are everywhere. You already are that in the universe. You're not gonna go somewhere and become something different. You're gonna leave, just you're a consciousness, so your consciousness is going to leave that flesh and be right here with who you are. And how does your consciousness remember that, though? You know, like some things we don't remember, like we don't remember our past lives, this and that. And I know there's all kind of rituals people talk about, and I don't know about none of them. Because I can hear about them and I can regurgitate them, though. I can see regurgitate a whole bunch of shit I've heard. But this is what I know. How to get back to those consciousness, to that consciousness and remembrance. This is why it's important and imperative to be one with nature. This is why it's important to understand the gods. I don't give a shit what you call them. I'm not talking about beings that walk the earth, like you may call that man Jesus or Yahshua or Isa, depending on the language you speak. Buddha, Gotha, Sagat, whatever, whomever, they didn't walk the flesh and you calling them gods, deities. Again, your only deities are the ones that created you. How are you created? You are created from the elements. You are hydrogen. In the language Hayekadal, or you are Luyosh, or what you call oxygen. You are these things. That's your God. That's your deities. And that's what you have to go back to. You have to speak to your deities. Let me show you something. The remembrance atoms or molecule is water. Do research on water and how water remembers. That's what, you know, like when it said that during judgment, your hair, your nails, your mouth, your feet gonna tell on you. How is it gonna tell on you? That deity that sits in you, called Hayekadal and Luyosh, or hydrogen and oxygen, is the remembrance molecule. Water remembers. They're doing all kind of experiments. One of the first people that came out that pioneered this was Yusuro Emoto, this Japanese man who did experiment on water. Get the book, go to YouTube and look that name up. I'll put the name here for you. He got a book called The Hidden Messages of Water, and they doing experiment all over the place on water, how water is remembering shit, how you can speak to water and say love, and then flash freeze that crystal, and these beautiful crystals. You can speak to water and say hate, and then even with the plants, how they could think things with plants. They do the experiment, they think things, and how the plants retract and react to your thoughts. Because it's just vibration. What's reading the vibration? The water in the plants. You're living in it, God damn it. Air is dense water. You came from water, the amniotic fluid. Excuse my language again. The amniotic fluid. All around us is air, which is called dense water. It's the remembrance thought waves. You're in water still. You're still a sea creature. That's why you get scales. We're still sea creatures. So water is the remembrance molecule. So no matter what you do, the water in the system, see, because it's in your system, right? It's in his body, it's in his flesh, it's in every cell, it's in every membrane, brain, the skin called brain, the membrane around the cell, all these different brains in your being that's filled with the water. It's remembering that's feeding it to the soul you. So even when you detach and this flesh disintegrates or go wherever it's going and become something different, you, the soul, still got to go to that next journey. You'll come back here, whatever. That water in your soul being, because the soul is like a ball. It's like a ball of jelly. I know I've seen them. It's like a ball of jelly, and the inside of it is a fluorescent, bluish and yellow light. It's the inner sun. That solar plexus light goes with you. That inner sun is your electricity. It's your soul. That's the light in the being. And then that consciousness that you are in there, everything that you did is in the water of your soul. It's there in the water of your soul, and it's going to tell on your ass because it's sitting recording everything you're doing. Look it up. Don't take my word for what water does. Again, I tell you, the 99 elements are your deities. They're controlling you. They're watching you. They created you. Look Look at the 99 elements and look at you. How many of them are in you? And when you say them, what really what really are them? What are they? What are they? What is the hydrogen in you? What is all of these elements that's inside of your being doing? They're thinking on their own without you. Your body is sit and digest an apple. You'll eat an apple and your body will sit and work that out. Your bowels are released, break stuff down. These things are happening without you. And that's how you know, or that's how it is remembered. It is remembered in the deity molecule in you called water. Hydrogen and oxygen are the remembrance molecule. That's why it's the most abundant. No matter where they go, they find hydrogen. Why? It's recording shit. It's Lord and Master. It's the first element. It was the first. It's the first atom. And it's recording everything. And it bonded with the oxygen molecule and created this liquid that you are made of. Everything that made of those two elements together. It's a powerful molecule. Powerful molecule. And it's sitting recording everything that you do. And your consciousness carries it with you in your other body called the soul. So again, how do you become what you're supposed to become? How do you become a sinner? You don't. You just be. You just be it. Be aware. Open your awareness, your consciousness, your you. The true you is consciousness. So you have to broaden your horizons. You have to broaden your awareness. Become more aware. Learn while you can. That's what you're here for, to collect information, to get back. So just learn everything as much as you can about you. Once you learn about you learn about the outer world around you, because it's mostly all the same thing. So learn about you, learn about the anatomy, learn about the elemental you, learn about you, become aware so that your eye can open. Everybody want that first eye open, and they think that first eye open, but if you ain't talking to the elements, your shit ain't open. If you don't see the true deity, you feel me, you can regurgitate it now that I said it. A lot of you can regurgitate it now that I said it, but that don't make you aware until you see it. We keep regurgitating what people come bringing. No, have a story like mine. Have a story where hydrogen spoke to you. Barium spoke to you. Speak to the elements. And then you're talking to the deities. We are all just, it's right here. We are all stardust. What stars? Where they at? Look up. You ain't got to go no goddamn way. You just can't reach them. You can if you go inside, though. You just can't reach them, so that's in the waters that you are no longer. Speak to the waters that you are no longer connected to within you, but they are there. It's in your soul. Just told you, your consciousness in the soul. Your soul houses water from your other lives. Connect to the water in you. Call on water. Praise water. Do your rituals to water like you do to your ancestors, like you do to your idols and your gods. Do it to your water. It's your God. It's your deity. It's your creator. It's what you are. It's what's in you, in this body that you are responsible for, water. So do your rituals to water so water can speak to you. Go to ascension. Go to the darkness to ascend. Go to the darkness. Release yourself and be enlightened. And release yourself from your desires. Just that one instruction in that video on my page, STFU is the secret to ascension, and it gives you instructions. Go inside for 7 days and shut up. Listen to what Source has to say to you. Listen to what the waters are saying in you. We're too busy trying to go to the river and praise fucking rivers and what's going on, which is all cool and good. But how can you when you don't even have an appreciation for the water in you? You don't have a conversation with the water in you. And the being that you are, you are this soul being controlling this whole thing. You're so connected to it that you can feel its pain. But you don't talk to the waters in you. But you'll go to the river and do a whole shit. No, see my language? No. Do it to you. Do the ritual on you. Connect with you. Be quiet and speak to the waters in you. And allow the waters to speak back to you. But the most important ritual is not the one where you go to your ancestors or you go to your God. You have to go to yourself so you know who the hell to go to. So you can stop being taught who to go to. Because then you'll know. You'll be able to collect that information. You're getting higher. You're becoming ascended. You're getting higher. Go to yourself. And then share it, because that's what you're here for. Hurry up before you get over the hill, because you're going to start going down. And just try to go down slowly. Go down gracefully, but you're going to go down because you can't stay here forever. That's not how it works. You're going to go down, and then you're going to graduate or not. You know what I mean? The universities, they set up like that. Your school systems are set up like real life. So, everything is for a season. You go to 5th grade, and you go to 5th grade from this time of the year to this time of the year. It's up to you what you do in that time. If you fail, you're going to have to do it again. And you'll keep repeating it until you get the shit and move up, ascend. And then when you ascend this and you graduate and you get your master's here in this university, then you're going to have to go to another one and do your job, that journey. That's what the journey is about. What is the fucking journey? A journey is about the experience, not the destination. Most people so stuck on the destination, they forget about the experience of getting there. Because you'll go from here to Cancun. Because that's your destination. You want to get to Cancun, but you miss so much in between. And all you remember is what you did in Cancun. But then you'll get that person who didn't fly and drove and stopped in every state and spoke to the locals. You know, and he looking at them, they look so spiritual. That's because you just flew over everything and expected to graduate. You didn't learn the lesson. That's why you don't have it. So let me add this real quick. So, in this ascension, like I was speaking about earlier, these ascended masters that came, all the ones that I named were males. They don't speak about ascended females. Because my truth is, when you've come back into full ascension, you became a female again. Because then you are male and female. You are masculine and feminine energy. That's the female being. So, we've been taught and bred to believe or know that you become ascended when, as a male being, they have to be the ones to come down and teach. And if all these ascended masters was here, that came, then why are we still in the predicaments that we're in? Because so my truth is, I think the true ascension is to come back into the female. When you come back to this planet in the form of a female, you're getting closer. A melanated female, then you're getting closer to the ascension. So you got some levels to go the further you are away from a melanated female. Melanated men are close. But, I mean, unless the power of the mind work like that, where they can transfigure themselves into an androgynous being, into the female, they're going to have to leave this place and come back again. Go as high as you can go now to come back as her. And we still have a place, the melanated female, we still aren't there yet, because until we again reach our godship. You know you've reached your godship when you've procreated on your own. You're back. You're back. I've done it. Not in this life. I've seen the life where I've done it. I'm sent back here. This is an agreement for me to be here to aid in this place that they're calling at the Galactic Council a concentration camp. Earth is in turmoil, especially because she is in turmoil. But she's coming back into the knowledge. Now she has to come back into the practice. She has to be, not become. To become is something you're not. Just be God again. And again, they don't like to hear this. A lot of y'all don't like to hear this. You have to release yourself for a time or forever. But definitely for a time from phallus so you could come into her. Because you're under a spell. Look up the word phallus, the etymology of that word. It means to put a spell on your ass. You're under this trick. You're under this magic. Because women, we didn't have sex. Sex is something for male and female. We didn't have sex. We had eugeration. We exchanged energy. And that's why the men plug in to exchange energy with you. You are the energy source. You are the power source. And they have to plug into you to get that power source. But most of us don't even know the power that we have. So we're just having sex. You're not even enlightening your men. You're not even raising their kundalinis and their chakras and bringing them into enlightenment. You're not. Because you're not there. But in order to get there, you have to release yourself from phallic energy for a while. If you and your man is on a spiritual journey, then he should understand. If he calling you God, then say, I don't want to have sex then. Until I realize that I'm God. Give me time to get away from the spell of the phallus so that I could come back into my God. So remember, fam, you are not reaching to go somewhere. You're already there. You're just aiming to be. Be what you are, because you are that everywhere. You are that in the universe. When you leave this physical and shed this flesh and be out away from these spheres, you're still going to be who you was right here. Because you're right here. You're just on another dimension. You're on another plane. You're still right here. And you're going to be the person that you are right now. You're going to be the being. You're going to be that consciousness. You're going to say same consciousness. So ascend it now so that you will leave ascended and can do something different or fail and repeat this grade called Earth.